right, so the finale for Miss Marvel dropped on Disney Plus. Man, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed this entire series.
I enjoyed parts of it. For the most part, I could say I enjoyed it, but I would be lying if I didn't say it didn't fall off halfway through. But overall, I'm
Mm,
satisfied with the show. I can't say I wasn't satisfied with it.
I gotta say, man, it did lose its way in the fourth and fifth episodes. Just gotta say, look, and it's like for me, the first three episodes and the finale, it worked because we were in Jersey, we were around other Pakistani people, and it just felt little like street level a little bit, kind of. It felt street level. It was charming. I love the fact that it's less like Spider-Man. My whole criticism of going into the show, minus the actress, but my whole criticism going into the show was that we already have a high school MCU character. We already have that. Well, if you've seen No Way Home, you know that he's no longer a boy. He's Spider-Man now. Nobody really knows him. Okay, now we make way for Miss Marvel, who's a teenage hero in the MCU. So I really love the fact that they kind of focus on the fact that she is going she is in high school and she does have ACTs, SATs, and stuff like that. And then just these powers happen to her. She wants to go to Avenger Con. I think, yeah, and I feel like episode 4 and 5, they kind of deviated away from the charming high school street level aspects and tried to explain the history of the Bengal. But it's like, what was the point of explaining the history of the Bengal only to just say that, oh, it's a part of the Ten Rings and that she's a mutant?
For
Like,
me,
what was the
the
point?
show was the strongest in the first two episodes in the finale. Those first two episodes, I went in with low expectations because I just was not excited about the show and like any aspect at all. But it was very stylistic. It was very creative, and
I,
it's one thing I can say about Phase Four is that their projects are creative, and Miss
I
Marvel
really thought it
had
was
a
gonna be
really
mid.
unique style.
Yeah.
They had a unique style, and like you said, it was relatable. It was focusing on her and high school. She's worrying about college. She's worrying about ACTs. But like I said, we already have another high school age character with Spider-Man, but this show actually took the time to like slow it down and explore that high school moment. And in the first two
Yeah.
episodes, it made Kamala
Yeah, yeah.
relatable.
I totally agree with that, but I feel like one thing this show had that was horrible is that there's way too much stuff going on. There's an insane amount of things. There's I already forget the woman's name. What's her name? The woman that's trying to get back home, I completely forget.
Najma.
The woman is Najima. Yeah.
Yeah, there's her, and then there's the dude, the kid that she liked, and then there's damage control, and then there's that kid. There's Bruno trying to go to college. There's just way too much stuff going on, and there's like not enough episodes to fully explore it. So they kind of cut the Najima stuff short. And Najima stuff, honestly, I didn't like it anyway. I thought it was whatever. Because
I
I
didn't
don't
care for it.
care. Yeah, I don't really care about the other world thing at all. It's kind of generic, to be
Because how
honest.
many times have they done another dimension in the MCU and another race of beings?
I
The
mean,
clandestines
One
are not
time.
you're
anything special.
One time.
Bruh, no. You have
They
stuff
only
like
did it with Doctor
you have stuff like
Strange.
the Creed. You have Guardians, Doctor Strange. There's all these different
That's not.
races.
Those are not other dimensions though.
But
Like,
honestly, the
I just don't
gens I
care
just
for it.
don't care about. I just don't care.
I
But
mean, because they didn't get you. They didn't get anything inside of the show to make you care. Like their whole thing was revolving around the Bengal, but the Bengal was the most uninteresting thing about the show. Like
you're
her,
right.
the thing that gave her her powers, which I thought
I still
is
hate that.
is like, why you hate that the Bengal gave her her powers?
No, I hate that the Bengal exists. I hate that her powers are changed. I mean, I know they're trying to do something different, but honestly, it's just kind of stupid. I mean, they made trying to make her more powerful than she was in the comics, but to be honest, they really didn't need to do that. I think she was completely fine the way she was, but
Yeah.
nothing we could do about it now. I was really hoping, well, honestly, I would have thought the show was a lot better if they did this. At the end, instead of what happened, like I was thinking maybe the Bengal would just like disappear and it would have mutated her body already so that she doesn't need it anymore so that she can get the stretchy powers, like the actual stretchy powers. But I was really just like grasping for threads there.
Yeah, I agree. The display of her powers and as well as Cameron's powers horrible.
I don't like
Some
Uh,
the
of the
crystalline Green
CGI,
Lantern
it
powers.
dude,
looks
some of the
horrible, bro.
CGI, I forget what episode it was. I think it was the one where she went to Pakistan. That episode, and then
4.
there was another one where the CGI was disgusting. Oh yeah, I remember. It was when she met the red
Dagger.
what's yeah, the red dagger, and they started fighting. That was one of the most disgusting things of CGI I've ever seen in Marvel. That was just it was
I
so
just don't like how they
jarring.
chose to display her powers. I
It
get that
Yeah,
they
sucked me
I
out of the
agree.
want to do
show.
the stretchy
It,
powers, but it just does not. It just looks dumb. I don't like
but you
the
gotta,
hard light. It looks too similar to Green Lantern, and to me, it's just not that visually interesting. And it does.
bro,
It
it would
just
have been better if they kept her original powers.
because
Quite
it would make her.
honestly.
It would lean more into the side of mutants or Inhumans, whatever they decide to make her, being weird, and then it would make sense
Mutant,
because she's this teenage girl and her body's doing weird stuff. I feel like
mutant,
her having the stretchy powers. That's
mutant.
why it's such an integral part of her character. But now she just makes hard light. It's just energy manipulation. We've seen it before, and it's not visually interesting.
It's
Yeah.
super generic. They turned her from something, cool. I mean, I guess you could say that power was generic too, but I think that power is still better than this hard light crap. It's really just stupid.
Yeah, I just think like overall, the display of her powers. While I actually like the Embiggen scene, I just thought that the powers looked horrible. Like the CGI on the powers just looked horrible. But for some reason, the first 2 episodes just felt so stylized, so fresh, so like original, charming. Like I keep saying, it it just felt so
If
good. Like
the show
I
fell
felt
off
joy
for me,
watching it.
the show fell off for me in the third, fourth, not really the third, kind of third, but mainly the fourth, fifth episodes when they decided to slow it down and to just explain the Bangle and the clandestines, which I don't care about. So obviously, I'm not
I
going to
yeah,
care
I
about
didn't
those
care
parts
about
from the show. I love the portrayal of the British partitioning of India because when have we ever seen that on TV? Like it's very
Honestly,
rare.
I didn't even
it.
know that
Never,
that
yeah, I
existed.
never
To be
knew that
honest with you.
It's
existed.
very rare that Marvel actually will touch real stuff that happened like that, and it was interesting to see because it was different. But it's just the rest of it. I don't care about the clandestines, and I don't really care about this Bangle in the other dimension because it's just another. If we don't stop this, the Earth is gonna get destroyed. It's generic, and I just didn't care about the clandestines, and it sucked because those first and second episodes were very stylistic and charming, and then they only brought that back in the sixth episode, which is why I would say the finale was good because it brought back that style and charm.
Hmm. In fact, bro, when they left Bruno and Nakia, I was like, "Well, shoot, that's the show. Like, over with now." Because the fourth and fifth episodes is just like it went straight off the rails. Like I said, trying to explain the Bangle, and it's so uninteresting. Like I do not care at all. Can we just get back to Bruno and Kamala trying to go to Avengers Con? Like that was
I feel
interesting to
like
me.
what I feel like this show should have did is follow the story of the Avengers game. I mean, I know the Avengers game is not that good, but the one shining light about that game is how they handle Kamala Khan. Have her get exposed to Terrigen Mist at Avengers Con. I feel like that would
That would have
work.
been
Yeah.
Have her stay
that would
in
have worked.
Jersey, but now she's
Yeah.
got the Terrigen Mist. I feel like there was no need for this Bangle cosmic stuff, and I feel like they only did it just so they could tie into Captain Marvel,
Oh, yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Just to have her
which
tying
they
to
don't
Captain
need to
Marvel,
do.
but then
Kamala's
also
whole character is being a fan. They don't need to make her a replica of Captain Marvel.
exactly. And also it's like, bro, the bangle is always like on her suit. So I guess that's why they
Yeah,
did. Like, why not the
it looks
one
stupid.
I think it
the
looks
one
cool.
bangle?
I think it looks
I thought it looked
cool.
cool.
The I
Her
mean, maybe
costume
she'll
is
get a
amazing.
power buff if she gets the second one. Bro, I really
I mean, second one.
please just find a second one and restore her powers to where they should be. Please, I'm begging.
There's no restoring, bro.
It's too
If
late.
she gets
It's
a
too late.
second
It's
one, bro,
already It's gonna
yeah,
stay crystallized.
it's gonna stay crystallized, bro. And then plus, if she get a second one, it's gonna be even more crystallized. Do you really want that? You want to see that on the
Uh,
big screen?
I mean, it'll look better on the big screen than
I
on
just
here.
feel like
No, it
I feel
won't.
like the Avengers game and other media did a better job of portraying Kamala Khan than the show did. The way they portrayed her in the show
I
is
definitely
fine.
agree.
I prefer. I just wish they did differently with this adaptation.
I agree, but I think I'm still glad that she's a mutant because honestly, I think Terrigen Mist stuff is kind of lame.
For me, okay, so for me, I read a little bit of Inhumans and mutant stuff. For me, yeah, the Inhuman, okay, it does bother me because they did just introduce Black Bolt. and literally like
Yep.
the last movie or two movies
Killed
ago,
him.
killed him off. So okay, and then what did they? Why? Like, what was their reasoning for changing making her a mutant? I mean, yes, mutants and Inhumans are basically like the same thing, but the
I agree.
mutants are different than the humans in the fact that Inhumans have like this royalty structure to them, and they get their powers through being exposed to stuff, where mutants are born with it. It just why Kamala Khan? I don't get why
Because
Kamala Khan right now.
Because
like
they want to do something different. They want to build up hype. Even though they haven't even announced an X-Men project, it's honestly, Marvel, what are you doing? You should have been announced it. I mean, we know it's coming, but
5-year
um,
plan.
shut up.
Kevin Feige
Yeah,
5-year.
it's really just a build up hype, to be honest. I feel like they just wanted to do their own thing with this character, and yeah.
I mean,
Can I say like
like
what
she
it?
said in the show, it is just another label, mutant, Inhuman. But like, there's very good storylines that they can do with Inhumans and mutants both being persecuted in their
Mhm,
own way. It just feels strange to
mhm.
me. Like, just why?
And,
Why
and
make
this
her
is the thing.
mutants?
Like with Inhumans, they have their don't they have their own planet? They have
They
their
have their
own
own floating
like
city, basically. And the Inhumans are
exactly.
basically like
They're
Kree.
protected. Exactly. The Inhumans are protected. They're like you said,
They're like their own
royalty.
nation.
X-Men, civil rights, black people, black versus. Like, I don't want to like bring race into it,
And
but black
it
versus like
should.
it's
No,
literally civil rights.
X-Men is an allegory for race.
Exactly, it's an allegory for
And you
race.
have her as a Pakistani Muslim girl. It's like, that's like her character. She's inhuman and she gets
Exactly.
treated differently.
But this is the thing. This is what I wanted to say. It's like, okay, I like the fact. Well, I don't like the fact that she's a mutant. Okay, I like the fact that they
Say that.
confirmed that she's a mutant. Like they didn't like keep her. You know, they
I
didn't.
feel like it's
They
still up
said
in the air because they
mutation,
did say mutation, but I'm pretty sure it's
but they
basically
did.
Bro,
implied.
The showrunner
dude,
confirmed that it's
they
mutant.
literally,
Let
Did
me
they
it?
tell you,
literally, bro, they literally played the X-Men theme.
but that could
She's
mean
a
anything.
mutant.
That could
No,
mean
it
I
could
anything.
mean,
not mean anything.
Inhumans
No,
and
actually,
mutants,
bro,
they
that
both
was
have
dumb.
mutated genes.
Bro, them playing the X-Men theme, that was dumb, bro. That they played the X-Men theme like twice. I've heard that X-Men theme like twice. But what I wanted to say is that she got her powers from the Bangle. How does that mean that she's a mutant?
They're gonna
It
retcon it.
means
They're
that
gonna
it means
retcon
the
it.
Bangle
Dude, the show
unlocked her powers.
They're
but
gonna, yeah,
how
that's
That's
what.
how
though?
it works.
But that makes her an Inhuman. That should make her. Well, I
That
guess
makes her
no,
an
that's really
Inhuman.
mutant. No,
She
that
was
does make her
but she was
mutant.
No, that's mutant.
she was exposed. No, she was exposed to the Bangle. That makes her
It
inhuman.
depends.
No,
It
no,
depends
no,
on
no,
how
no,
they
no,
want to
Bro,
no,
do
no,
it.
no,
with
no, no,
mutants,
Starlet,
with
no, no,
mutants,
no,
the gene, bro,
no.
with mutants, the gene is dormant until a traumatic incident happens. That Bangle wasn't anything traumatic. Nothing traumatic happened to her.
Except they can do anything. They can do anything with mutants. They can make the requirement different. You really don't know. And also, no, I don't think anybody can use the Bangle. If anybody could use the Bangle, then that means they could instantly become inhuman. The reason why she can use it is because she has the mutation that makes her a clandestine or a gent or whatever. I don't even know
She
anymore.
has Kree ancestors, basically. I'm pretty sure that's what.
Like Bruno could not put it on. It wouldn't work because
I mean,
he
it's just
doesn't
a
have the
dumb
mutation.
situation to me. It's just a dumb whatever that is. I feel like they
But
should have
what I
kept her
gotta say
Inhuman.
is, that what really made me mad, and I just sat there, looked at the screen with a blank face when they said mutation, was that they introduced mutants to the MCU in a Disney Plus show, in
Yeah.
a Miss Marvel show at that. Why would you, and Kevin Feige, introduce mutants? People been waiting to see mutants.
In a show
I've been
about an
waiting to see
Inhuman.
mutants. Exactly, in a show about an Inhuman. You put it in a Disney Plus show. I had to find out that mutants was in the MCU through a Disney Plus show.
I mean, I always
You know how cool it
the
would have been?
MCU. I always been saying mutants are already in the MCU, but like just to find out, like I like Inhumans, I like Black Bolt, but you just have Black Bolt. You have all this hype from the internet, people being like, "Oh, we're so glad he brought him back. He was so good. We want to see more Inhumans." And then you take one of the most popular Inhuman characters next to Black Bolt and make her a mutant. I don't understand what they're doing.
Kevin Feige hates the Inhumans. He been hated the Inhumans ever since the show came out. He didn't want that to be a show. But it's like, I would have loved it to see that mutants existed in the MCU through a movie. I would have loved to see that on the big screen in GTX.
I would have
that
been
would have been
fine to
awesome.
see on Disney Plus, just in a better way. Just
Or in
not-
a mutant based show.
Yes,
I would have been fine with that.
they could have did better.
But that's my big criticism, man. Overall, I guess
I can say
you guys got any
Joe. I can
closing
say
thoughts?
I enjoyed the show.
It was fun.
When I went to the show, I expected to hate it. I expected to hate
Yeah, me
it.
too.
I like Kamala. I like Miss Marvel as a character. I was like, oh, they're gonna butcher her. I'm not gonna like it. But coming out of the show, I can say I do like it. I did like the show. I do like Kamala is right now, and I'm excited to see her again. It's just I feel like the show really had some shortcomings, but I feel like those 3 episodes of good are enough to outweigh the bad.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. Like you said, bro. We remember when they announced the casting for Iman Vellani, and we were like, bro, anybody can get a role now in the MCU. And like, I was really hating. But then when I watched that first
She's
episode, I text
perfect.
you guys
She does.
immediately.
She's not her. She needs to work on her acting, obviously, because like this is like her first major thing. So some of
Bro,
the scenes where she has to
she
do
has no
emotion,
experience.
like where she was like crying stuff, I could say it
Oh
was
yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
little hammy, but like it wasn't horrible.
But when she was being like a little bit like more charming, a little bit more snappy, snarky and stuff like that, I think she handled that part
Yes,
well. She handled that well, but the emotional stuff,
it comes with
other than
time.
that first episode,
It comes with
Honestly,
time.
she didn't do this
well,
good.
except that one episode where she was acting all emotional. That episode was so bad, in my opinion, that
Which one are you
honestly,
talking about?
Or
episode 5, I honestly
oh
didn't
yeah, it
even
was 5.
care.
Never mind.
I like I was already so taken out of the story from witnessing that garbage with my eyeballs that I didn't even care. So I just looked over it. God, please never do something like that again. Please, I beg. I mean, we already know they're gonna do it.
No, man, I gotta say, bro, it's Ms. Marvel surprised me, honestly. I have nothing but good things to say about it other than, what I just said. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what I'm gonna get like a ranking, but I would say like it's a good A. I don't know about A plus, but I think it's a good
Dang,
A.
you are rating
I can't
very
really give it a
high.
ranking right now because I'm still unsure, but I can just say it's good.
Yeah,
It's worth a watch. It is worth
I can't give
watching.
it a number ranking.
It's worth watching. It just depends on how they handle it going forward. But overall, I say
Yeah.
it was. I'm glad I watched. I'm glad it
Okay,
happened.
well, I just want to say this, as a Marvel fan, this is okay, but as a person who just takes in content, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
hmm That is it for the spoiler review for the Miss Marvel series as a whole. And comment down below what did you guys think of the Miss Marvel series as a whole. If you got this far, are you excited for the Marvels? Are you guys excited for the Marvels?
I'm excited
Sure,
at Marvel.
I'm pretty excited.
Pretty
I'm
excited.
excited. Regardless of if it will be mid or not. I'm excited for all Marvel projects.
Well, I'm glad you guys are excited because this did not change my hype at all. I watched that post credit scene and I was like, it
Yeah,
is what it is.
it didn't change my hype, but I've always been hyped for Marvel.
But with that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.